Hi guys, I'm Janmark S. Sevilla and I'm the group leader of Group 8 in reading in Philippine history, and we are the first reporter. Our topic is Agrarian Reform and its role in Philippine history. Agrarian Reform, it is the ratification of the whole system of agriculture. Agrarian reform is concerned with the relation between production and distribution of land among the farmers. It is also concerned with the process of raw materials that are produced by farming the lands from respective industries. Simply stated, agrarian reform comprises not only land reform but also the reform and development of complementary institutional frameworks, rural education, and social institutions. Next is land reform. Land reform refers to the full range of measures that may or should be taken to improve or remedy the defect in relation among men with respect to the rights in the use of land. It is a set of integrated measures designed to eliminate obstacles to economic and social development arising in the agrarian structure. Next is agrarian reform and the economy. An effective agrarian reform is precursor to successful economies where there are evident agricultural improvements and growth in income which deals to economic development. Agrarian reform has several effects to rural economy in terms of agricultural productivity, poverty reduction, income and living standards, employment, investment and capital formation, and last, impartiality in rural population. There are 6 agrarian reforms, several effects. First, on agricultural productivity, agrarian reform may decrease the agricultural productivity if collectivization and land fragmentation are introduced. However, productivity may be enhanced by the use of new inputs and technology in agricultural process. Second is on poverty. Agrarian reform can minimize the extent of poverty and also improve the real per capita income of rural workers. 3. Income and living standards. Agrarian reform measures increase in the productivity and thus results to rise income of rural farmers, which will in turn to improve the living standard of rural people. Fourth is we have employment. Agrarian reform measures result in better employment. In some cases, however, the introduction of a new technology may bring about displacement of labor. 5 is investment and capital formation. Agrarian reform can change the labor capital ratio that is needed for any economic development. And last, the 6, impartiality in rural population. Agrarian reform has significant influence in the economic and political structure of the rural areas. To bring about equality, land is redistributed from the big landowners to the small and marginal farmers. Thank you. Good luck.
I-report ay ang measures of agrarian reform. Una po ay ang public health provisions. public health provisions that could be used in relation to the inappropriate disposal of N and S. It must be noted that while these provisions exist, laws may have to be enacted by local government so that they actually have the specific powers to enforce compliance. Yun po. Yung maaaring magamit kaugnay sa hindi naangkop na pagtapon ng N and S. Dapat habang umiiral ang probisyong ito, kailangang pansinin agad at maaaring ipatupad ang mga batas upang mayroon silang mga tiyak na kapangyarihan upang ipatupad ang pagsunod. Yun po. Next is family planning. Family planning is having the desired number of children and when you want to have them by using safe and effective modern methods. Proper birth spacing is having children 3 to 5 years apart, which is best for the health of the mother, her child, and the family. Family planning o pagpaplano ng pamilya. Ang mga nagkakaroon o nais na bilang ng mga bata at kung nais mong magkaroon ng mga ito, kailangan sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng ligtas at mabisang modernong pamamaraan. Kailangan ang wastong spacing ng kapanganakan ay ang pagkakaroon ng mga anak na 3 hanggang 5 taon ang pagitan. Kasi yun po yung pinakamahusay na kalusugan ng isang ina, anak at ang pamilya. Yun po. Next is education and training of farmers. Farmers require ongoing education to stay aware of fast-moving developments in technology, science, business management, and an array of other skills and fields that affect agricultural operations. Yun po. Sa education and training of farmers, ang mga magsasaka ay nangangailangan ng pagpunta sa edukasyon upang manatiling may kamalayan ng mabilis na pag-unlad sa teknolohiya, agham, pamamahala ng negosyo at isang hanay ng iba pang mga kasanayan at larangan na nagpapa-apekto ay yun po yung kasanayan at larangan na nakakaapekto po sa pagpapatakbo ng agrikultura. Kaya yung magsasaka po nangangailangan po ng isang edukasyon upang manatiling may kamalayan ng mabilis na pag-unlad sa teknolohiya. Gaya lang po sa teknolohiya, agham, pamamahala ng negosyo at isang hanay ng iba't ibang pang mga kasanayan at larangan na nakakapekto sa pagpapatakbo ng ating agrikultura. Next is reorganization of land reform agencies. Yung reorganization of land reform agencies po ay there are too many agencies in the country that issue land titles so that the government has been studying plans for their merger or reorganization to speed up rural development programs like the Agrarian reform. Yun po. Yung sa organization of land reforms, napakaraming ahensya sa bansa na naglalabas ng mga titulo ng lupa po. Kaya't pinag-aaralan po ng gobyerno ang mga plano para sa kanilang pagsasama o muling pagsasaayos upang mapabilis ang mga programa at pag-unlad sa bukid tulad ng Agrarian reform. Yun po. Sila po ay ay inaayos po nila ito ng mabuti para pag pinagsama-sama po at naisaayos, mas mapabilis pa po nila ang programa at lalong umunlad tulad na lamang po sa Agrarian reform. Yun po. Application of labor laws to agricultural workers. Many complex state and federal laws have been enacted since the Depression era in an effort to protect workers in all industries. These laws regulate many aspects of employment, including wages, working conditions, immigration, and employment opportunities. Application of these laws to agricultural employees is often more complicated because special exemptions and exceptions are provided for their employees. Yun po. Maraming mga komplikadong batas raw po yung batas ng estado at federal ang naisabatas mula pa noong panahon ng depression sa isang pagsisikap na kasi po gusto po nilang protektahan ang mga manggagawa sa lahat po ng industriya. Yun po. Ang mga batas po na kumukontrol sa maraming aspeto ng trabaho kabilang ang doon po yung sahod, kondisyon sa pagtatrabaho, immigration at ang pagkakataon sa trabaho. Yun po yung batas na kumukontrol sa maraming aspeto po ng trabaho. Yun po yung apat po na yun yung kabilang doon. Tapos ang paglalapat ng mga batas na ito sa mga empleyado ng agrikultura ay madalas ang mga espesyal na pagbubukod ay ibinibigay para sa kanilang mga tagapag-empleyo. Yun po. Next is construction of infrastructure facilities. Generally relates to the assets necessary to facilitate the flow of supplies required by society, sometimes referred to as hard infrastructure. Construction of infrastructure facilities o construction ng mga pasilidad sa infrastruktura. Ito po yung yung pangkalahatan na ay naugnay sa mga assets na kinakailangan sa pasilidad na kamalian ng mga supply na hinihingi ng lipunan po. Kasi po kung minsan tinutukoy po bilang ang infrastruktura tinutukoy bilang mahirap na infrastruktura yun po. Next is organization of voluntary association. A voluntary group or union is a group of individuals who enter into an agreement, usually as volunteers, to form a body to accomplish a purpose. Common examples include trade associations, trade unions, learned societies, professional associations, and environmental groups. Sa organization of voluntary associations naman po ay ang isang kusang loob po na pangkat ng union, ang isang pangkat ng mga individual na pumapasok sa isang kasunduan. Yun po, yung karaniwang bilang po dito ang mga voluntaryo. Yun po yung nagboboluntaryo upang bumuo ng isang katawan upang makamit ang isang layunin. Kasama sa mga karaniwang halimbawa ang mga asosasyon sa kalakalan at mga pangkat ng kapaligiran. Yun po. Next is provide employment opportunities for underemployed or surplus rural labor. Surplus labor presented an because if it could be moved to industry, large gains in product could be obtained and much of the income generated could be reinvested in further capital accumulation, since the unlimited supplies of labor keeps real wages low. Yun po. Labis po ang paggawa ang labis na paggawa ay nagpakita ng isang kalamangan, sapagkat kung maaari itong mailipat sa industriya, ang malaking mga nakuha sa produkto ay maaring makuha. Yun po. At karamihan sa kita po nila, nabuo ang maaring muling mamuhunan sa karagdagang akumulasyon ng kapital, dahil ang limitasyong supply po nila ng kabit ay nagpanatili ng tunay na sahod na mababa. Nagbigay lang po sila ng mababa. Mababa lang po yung sahod doon. Kaya, yun po. Last is Community Development Services. Was founded in 1978 as a family planning service provider complementing the government's population program. Yung Community Development Services po, itinatag po siya noong 1978 bilang isang tagapagbigay ng serbisyo sa pagpaplano ng pamilya. Yung nabanggit ko po kanina, yung family planning po. Yun po. Na pumupuri sa programa ng pagkontrol ng populasyon ng pamahalaan. Kinokontrol po dito kasi yung bilang o populasyon dito sa ating pamahalaan. Kaya, yun po. At yung huli pong i-report ko ay pre-Spanish period. Ang pre-Spanish period po ay long before the arrival of the Spaniards, ancient Filipinos were living in scattered barangays and ruled by different chieftains. Although they were living separately, they were similar in many ways. The religion, mode of dressing, houses, system of government, and marriage practices and economic activities. In short, they were refined and civilized. They possess a distinct culture that distinguished them from other race. Yun po. Yung pre-Spanish period po, bago po dumating yung mga Espanyol, ang mga sinaunang Pilipino po ay they were similar in many ways. The religion, mode of dressing, houses, system of government, and marriage practices and economic activities. In short, they were refined and civilized. They possess a distinct culture that distinguished them from other race. Yun po. Yung pre-Spanish period po, bago po dumating yung mga Espanyol, ang mga sinaunang Pilipino po ay naninirahan sa kalat-kalat na barangay po. At may mga pinamumunuan ng iba't ibang mga pinuno doon. At bagaman sila ay nabubuhay ng magkahiwalay, magkatulad sila sa maraming mga paraan. Kanilang relihiyon, mode ng mga dressing house, system ng pamahalaan at mga kaugalian sa kasal at mga gawaing pang-ekonomiya. Sa madaling salita, sila ang pinuno at sibilisado natin. Yun po, yung mga sinaunang Pilipino po ay naninirahan sa kalat-kalat na barangay, at dun po nagkahiwalay po sila, pero may magkatulad sila sa maraming mga paraan. kanilang relihiyon po ay yun po doon po sila nagkakasama-sama. Sila po yung pinuno at sibilisado natin. Nagtataglay sila ng isang natatanging kultura na nakikilala sa kanila mula sa ibang lahi. Yun lang po. Thank you po.
Hi classmate, ito pala ang aking report. Pre-Spanish period. Long before arrival of the Spanish, unsaved Filipinos were living in scared barangays and rules by different chieftains. All thought they were living separately. They were similar in many ways. Their region's mode of tracing houses, system of government and marriage, practice and economics, activities. In short, they were free and silentized. They pass a distinct culture that distinguish them from others race. Houses were allied of night materials like wood, bamboos, and nipa palm. A ladder was placed to represent stragglers from intruding when the owners was that around. Dress made clacking consisted of the upper and lower parts. The the upper parts was a jacket when short sleeves called katan, while the lower parts as a stripe of cloth wrapped around the waist and the between the legs called bahag. Males use a piece of cloth or a headgear called putong. Female clothing, they wear buro or busira, a jacket when sleeve. The lower part was called saya. Government was called barangay. There was no national government. There were many independence barangays and datos, but there was no dato strong enough to unite the article archipelago into one nation. Same barangays, overall united to from a confederation. It was held by the rules called Dato or Rada. Spanish period. So, sana tayo? American period. Long sleeve America. The first battle of the Spanish-American War truly the American nation. The the American people believes we have driving Spain went out of the Philippines. The American people did not tower the Philippines, where island or sometimes to eat. American installer government 1901-1935 lead by the government general appointed by the by USA President. The Philippines was an unitorgarwarbs theory solar or the United States government general solved the colony. Significant distinction in case during the American period. Philippines Bill 1902 set the ceilings on the heritage of private individuals and corporation. My actuar 16 has your private individual and 1024 hours from corporation. Land Registration Act of 1902, Act number 496, province for a comprehensive registration of my acquire 16 has for private individual 1924 hours corporation system of land title under the Torres system. Public land of 1903 introduced the homestead system in the Philippines. Alansi Act 9 of 1933, Act of 4052-4, regular relationship between land owner, terms of rice 50.50 sharings and sugar cane lands. Yun lang po ang aking report.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. This is Arlene F. Vergara, and this is my report. Commonwealth era. President Manuel L. Quezon exposed the social justice program to arrest the increasing social unrest in Central Luzon. So, si Manuel L. Quezon po is inadapt po niya yung social justice program po para ma-stop po yung increasing ng violent ways in Central Luzon po. Yung social justice po kasi is yun po yung distribution of wealth and opportunities. So, National Rice and Corn Corporation established the price of rice and corn, thereby help the poor tenants as well as consumers. So dito po sa Rice and Corn Corporation po, i-establish po siya para sa murang presyo, ay in-establish po sa mga mahihirap po para po makatulong po sa kanila. Kumbaga po is pag binenta po nila yung rice at corn po nila is marami po silang makukuhang pera or tutubo po, ganun po. Signed on April 23, 1936. The purpose is to develop and improve the rice and corn industries in all their phases and promoting the social and economic conditions of the people. Commonwealth Act No. 441 enacted on June 3, 1939 created the National Settlement Administration. So, ginawa po itong law para po to facilitate the equation settlement and cultivation of the lands whether acquired from the government or from private parties. There is created corporation composed of 5 persons to be known National Land Settlement Administration. They shall act as members of the board of directors in charge of management and shall be appointed every 3 years by the President of the Philippines. So dito po sa Commonwealth Act No. 441 po is ang po nito is yung kumbaga kaya po to ginawa para po sa para po maayos yung mga agreement about sa pag-ayos ng mga lupa whether acquired from the government or from the private parties po. Yun po yung dahilan kung bakit po nila ginawa yung Commonwealth Act No. 441. And kailangan po, compose po siya ng 5 members. 5 members po para po sila po yung mag-a-act as a board of directors in charge po sa management. And dito po sa corporation na to is kailangan po i-appoint po sila ng every 3 years ng ating presidente po. Rural Program Administration, created March 2, 1939, provided the purchase of less of haciendas in their sale and less to the tenants. The purpose of the administration shall be promote small land ownership and to improve the living conditions in the general welfare. So dito po is pinaprovide po nila yung purchase and payments of haciendas in their sale and less of tenants po. The Philippine Republic or Tenancy Law. Tenancy Law of the law to govern the relations between landholders and tenants of agricultural lands. This act shall be known as the Agricultural Tenancy Act of the Philippines Republic No. 119. Ito po is in-establish po siya noong August 30, 1954 po. And ang purpose po nito is to ensure an equitable division of the produce and income derived from the land. So ito po is yung pagkakapantay-pantay po ng relation ng landlords at yung tenants po. Dapat po pantay lang po sila ng share. 50% sa tenants, 50% din po sa landlords. Yun lang po. Thank you po. So, good afternoon ma'am, good afternoon classmate. This is Arlen F. Vergara and this is my report, Japanese Era. So, nung sinakop po tayo ng Hapon, gumawa po yung mga farmers na galing sa Central Luzon ng hukbo at pinangalanan po nila itong Hukbalahap. Hukbalahap controlled whole areas of Central Luzon. Landlords who supported the Japanese lost their lands, while those who supported the Hooks earned fixed rentals in favor of the tenants. The Hukbalahap or Hukbong Laban sa Hapon was a socialist communist guerrilla movement formed by the farmers of Central Luzon. They are popularly known as the Hooks. So, itong Hukbalahap is ginawa po siya ng mga mga magsasaka nga pong galing sa Central Luzon at kilalang-kilala po siya sa pangalang Hooks. Hook Balahap started during the Japanese occupation of the Philippines in 1942 and continued during the presidency of Manuel Rojas and ended in 1954 under the presidency of Ramon Magsaysay. So itong Hook Balahap po is nag-start po siya during the presidency of Manuel Rojas and nagtapos po siya nung presidency po under the presidency of Ramon Magsaysay. So there are two leaders of Hook Balahap and these are Luis Taruk and Castro Alejandrino. So si Luis Taruk po siya po yung talagang leader ng Hook Balahap. Naging leader po siya between 1942 and 1950. So yung kasama niya po is si Castro Alejandrino. Siya po is yung vice commander po ng Hook Balahap. Hook Balahap is active po siya noong 1942 hanggang 1954 po. So ito pong Hook Balahap is kaya po nila ito ginawa is para po ipagtanggol po tayo sa mga Hapon kasi po masyado na po tayong naagrabyado ng mga Hapon sa field ng pagsasaka po. Kumbaga po, mas marami po silang nakukuha kaysa sa atin ng mga Pilipino. Dapat po 50% sa kanila, 50% din po sa atin. Kaya po to nila ginawa kasi po nakapansin na po nila na mas madami na pong nakukuha yung mga Hapon kaysa sa mga Pilipino po. And meron pa po isa, ito po yung the Philippine Republic. Tenancy law to govern the relationship between landholders and tenants of agricultural lands. This act shall be known as the Agriculture Tenancy Act of the Philippines, Republic Act No. 1199. So dito po sa tenancy law is ito po yung pagkakapantay-pantay nga po ng landlords at tenants. So parang tayo pong mga Pilipino is yung landlords and yung tenants po is yung mga Hapones. So dapat po equal po ng sharing. Equal po tayo ng sharing, kumbaga 50% po sa kanila and 50% din po sa atin para po maayos po yung pagiging parang partner ganun. Wala pong yung mas mataas, kumbaga equal po dapat talaga yung mangyayari. Kaya po po yung yung tenancy law para po sa relationship ng tenants at landlords. Yun lang po. Thank you po.
President Manuel Rojas, Rice Share Tenancy Act of 1946. Noong si Manuel Rojas ang namumuno sa ating bansa, nakamit natin ang ating kalayaan noong 1946 na karamihan sa lupa ay pag-aari ng maliit na pangkat sa panahong ito. Bago matapos ang panunungkulan ni President Rojas, ay iprinuklama niya ang batas sa pag-upa ng pagbabahagi ng bigas noong 1933 na epektibo sa buong bansa. Republic Act No. 55. Ang Republic Act No. 55 ay nagbibigay para sa mabisang pangangalaga laban sa di makatwirang pagpapalabas ng mga nangungupahan. President Elpidio Quirino, Land Settlement Development Corporation o mas kilala bilang LASIDCO. Ito ang pumalit o umako sa responsibilidad ng kagamitan sa makinaryang pang-agrikultura at sa pangangasiwa ng bigas at mais. President Ramon Magsaysay, National Resettlement and Rehabilitation Administration o mas kilala bilang NARA. Sa pamumuno ni President Magsaysay, tinanggal niya ang LASIDCO at ipinalit niya ang NARA upang dito mamalagi ang mga magsasakang walang lupa at ito rin ay nangangahulugan ng paghihimagsik sa pagbabalik ng nagbahagi ng lote at bukirin. Agricultural Credit Cooperative Financing Administration. Dito, pinapautang nila ang maliliit na magsasaka sa mababang interes na 6 hanggang 8% upang sila ay mayroong pangpuhunan.
Right, so